Hey everyone, Mark here from snowonly.com. I don't usually do this, but sometimes a property comes onto the market that is so exceptional, ticks so many boxes, price tends to go out the window a little bit. But I just thought I would kind of present it here today in a slightly peculiar way. I think the interesting thing at the moment is there is so much demand for the French Alps. And with that demand is also flagship resorts. And those flagship resorts are the ones that we all know, the likes of Vallées, Meribel, Courchevel, Morzine, Megève, the ones that kind of roll off the tongue that people have wanted to ski for many, many years. I'm not talking about the satellite resorts. I'm talking about the main ski resorts that everyone talks about. Now, if anyone, so a lot of the criteria that people ask for is based on, I want a big ski area, I want to be right in the thick of things, I want ski in, ski out, you have to remember that all this stuff is a bit of a premium. Now, what I wanted to kind of explain today was in a slightly different way. Now, if we look at the Earth on Google Earth, now I don't know if you've used Google Earth for a while, I certainly haven't, but it's super interesting. There is a lot of land on the planet Earth. Now, in order to find the ultimate place to ski in terms of what people want in terms of your tick box, it's very rare that you find a place that kind of just has that 10 out of 10 tick box. And usually these things are a bit of a premium with good reason. So the main people's inquiries from our site is France. Here we see France coming into focus. That the French Alps, especially to the Brits, is somewhere where people really want to be. So as we go and focus in, and now obviously with talk of climate change and everything like that, people are always interested in cooler climates, and we can see the Alps here. Look, we can see Geneva, Lyon, all the way up to Switzerland, Zurich, going over to Austria. This is the Alps in its entirety. Now, for sure, we get the most inquiries for France, and I'm sure everyone would agree that the focus is very much on the French Alps. Now, within the French Alps, it's obviously been going for a long time, so it's very hard to find still the land plots that are available. The land plots tend to be a little bit further from the slopes because obviously there is development there already. Now, if you look at the biggest ski area on the planet Earth, it is the Three Valleys, 650 kilometers of piece, made up of the main ones, Courchevel, Meribel in the center, Val Thorens on the right, as we know it, with all obviously the satellite villages. There is so much demand for the main place, Meribel. It's in such a good place at the moment, and that's because of the amazing developments that are there. The fact that it's in the center of the Three Valleys, it's at good altitude, the skiing's amazing, it's well known. So there's so many tick boxes. Now, imagine if there was a piece of land available that was literally the best ski in, ski out. You could come over from Courchevel, ski down the other side, and pretty much crash into the back of your property. Now, I think we can find it. So if we kind of focus in a little bit here as we go, then we can see Courchevel in all these places, Saint Martin. This is the kind of epicenter of the Three Valleys. You can see all the ski lifts moving on. Now, as we kind of focus in there, we get a little bit closer. There seems to be an incredible land plot where people are building at the moment. Now, this development, I won't give away any names, is going to be finished in 2027. If I first pan out a little bit, this green section here to the right is the run coming down from Courchevel, where you will literally ski past it and then carry on going. An absolute ski in, ski out. It is probably around over 1,800 meters. Now, it's not just a land plot. This is what, let me focus in a little bit on that. It's not just a land plot. It is at the top of the pizza shape. You can kind of see Meribel as we kind of pan out a little bit. You can kind of see the villages there, and that's where we are right at the top. it's not just the land plot. So you can buy any piece of land and just develop something. So the something isn't. Let me just let me focus out for a little bit. I'll show you. Just I should be able to jump this little man onto the piste here. And there we go. You can see this is your view skiing down past the chairlift here. And then just to the right-hand side is the land plots as we kind of ski down. If you look back up the hill, that is the top of the Soulaire, and that is the run coming down. So if you're in your property and your son says, I'm up the top here, I'm skiing down, you could pretty much watch him ski the whole way back to your door, and you've got these incredible views over the other side, over to Val Thorens. Now, as I said, if it was just a a piece of land just with any old property on, you'd probably think, okay, that's a decent piece of land, fair enough. But if we add, let's get rid of this. If we add this property onto that piece of land, which is an absolute ski in, ski out property with the most incredible properties in there. There's around 20 properties available. Some have already been sold. I won't give you the prices, but for a phenomenally high price because of the unique location of the land. Now, what is incredibly important with this is that it is being managed by a 5-star hotel. If you want the name of the hotel, then please reach out to me and I will give it to you. It is going to be the epicenter of everything going on in Meribel. It is going to be an absolute game changer. It has full wellness facilities, gyms, spas, everything that you can imagine. 5-star hotel, champagne bar, everything that you would need from an absolute luxury product. It is not going to be cheap. You're probably looking at starting from around 8 or 9 million euros for the properties that are left, and going up to, well, in the upper 20 million euros. Now, you might think that's an incredibly high price for Meribel, but it is selling at that price. And if you, in all honesty, if you want that absolute luxury and 5-star service for something that you're probably familiar with, if you're in that kind of wealth, then this is the property for you. We are fully aware of properties that are being sold in Courchevel that are far, far greater price than that, and other locations in Switzerland and Austria that sell for very, very high prices. So with skiing and the Alps, it is a bit of a luxury market and a lifestyle market. So if you're in the market for this type of high-end property, this is 100% the place that I would suggest. So let's just have a flick through of the properties. This is the style, as I said, absolutely stunning. That would be your view over to Val Thorens, uninterrupted view, amazing. Nice fireplace in the bedroom, but obviously at the moment you can still customize it to your standards. So no problem if you want to work with the developer and customize the property to your standards. And this would be a typical balcony looking over to Val Thorens again. But as I said, I will leave it at that. As I said, if you are after one of the most luxurious properties on the market, then it might not be for you, but I would certainly inquire to see if it is for you, because with everything that is being offered by this developer, as I said, it's very hard to get a 10 out of 10 tick box for any development. But I think with the 5-star hotel management that is part of the hotel within this development, I think there is a very, very realistic opportunity to get something that is absolutely unique within the 3 Valleys, if not the French Alps. I think this, in all honesty, in my opinion, is going to be an absolute game changer. It's not a first-time developer. It's a developer that is developing lots of products within the 3 Valleys. So if you are interested and you do have the budget, I would highly recommend going to view this and speaking to them. Please feel free to reach out to me at mark@snowonly.com, and I will happily send you all the information. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully we will be in touch soon. Take care. Bye.